Marcus Bradshaw is accused of killing Jeffrey Schultz following an argument June 2012. Bradshaw's trial was scheduled to start this week, but has now been moved to May. St. Cloud Hospital has seen that the number of children with cancer has been rising. Today, Judge Leslie Merrick threw out the case that claimed the authorization of the building was flawed. Alyssa Lummel has just been transferred here to St. Cloud Hospital to begin rehabilitation after losing her fingers and toes early December. It can only mean one thing, the 4th annual High Heel Dash. I'm Sainabou Gaye. Another community event happening this week is the St. Cloud Health and Balance Fair. The fair event started at 9 a.m. today and in the Atwood Memorial Center. The Riker family is one of thousands across the country who are dealing with the personal tragedy of losing a loved one to drunk driving. March 20th marks the 13th anniversary of Andrea's death. Her family wanted to share her story.
Andrea was my firstborn child, my baby that made me a mom. You know, I still miss her with every beat of my heart, every breath I take. And I always will. That will never change. Thankfully, we have learned how to live again, and life is good for the most part, but there's always a hole in everything we do. Easter coming up, every holiday, every wedding, every baby born.
It was a windy road just like this one when Andrea was driving home. As she drove around the curve, her car was struck by a drunk driver, ripping her car in half.
Of course, he went over the line and took the whole side of her car out. And
she was driving.
Yeah, she was driving, killed her instantly. My father-in-law, he never went any place without his harmonica. And he was off to the side and he played Amazing Grace. And that was hard.
The buzz of the drill coincides with the buzz of new homes.
We are a single-family home builder, and we build our homes in Sartell.
High-end houses aren't the only venture, but high-end apartments too.
Super high-end apartments, and we're seeing a shift from people that once were in single-family patio homes. They are moving into these high-end apartments.
The reason that Marty thinks that the demand for high-end homes has gone up is because
it has to do with our medical. St. Cloud has turned into a big medical area.
These high-end homes and apartments come at some not so high-end prices.
And when we looked at the top 10 homes that sold in the St. Cloud area, it was $450,000.
What separates these homes from others is their design.
Traditional neighborhood design, and when you see the pictures, what you'll see is a lot of front porches.
There's a limited number of homes that can be built.
There's going to be a shortage of lots for high-end homes on a A-rated lot.
Usually when referring to a lot, you might think of a parking lot. Out of 127 residential lots, 9 are still being built, including this one right here.
Final 9 homes this summer, and we should be all complete by spring of 2014.
When walking through downtown St. Cloud, it's likely you'll run into Jewel's Bistro.
We decided to open up, and I would keep teasing when we would have get-togethers that I was going to open up a wine shop. We just decided to buy this.
With the sequester, new bills are being passed to raise taxes, even on things like beer and wine.
I pay more for taxes for beer and wine, then I might have to pass that on to the consumer, to the diner here at Jewel's.
Anytime there's a change, anytime there's a price increase, people tend to fight against it because they, of course don't want to spend more money on stuff. But beer drinkers will always be beer drinkers and wine drinkers will always be wine drinkers.
Jewel says it's hard for her to hire a full-time manager because healthcare benefits are too expensive.
The increasing cost of medical care is a significant problem, and the lack of insurance availability to a certain population is a big problem.
We have a box of vitamins up on the counter, and that is the health care plan. It's take 2 per shift.
For employers with over 50 employees, it's going to make their insurance premiums go up substantially.
We're below that 50 mark. We're a small business. We employ 10 to 11 people at a given time here.
You shouldn't have to work for a big corporation in order to get the basic standards of life, and I believe healthcare is one of those.